you will be nice and give this movie a good review. We will give it a good review.
You can't determine that.
Yes, I can.
No. I'm the guy who talks about integrity all the time. I'm not going to give this movie a good review because it's a non-MCU Marvel movie.
Well then, maybe I'll have a little snack. Your liver's looking quite tasty.
Well, good fucking luck to that. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Venom. Venom, of course, stars Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Riz Ahmed, and it's directed by Ruben Fleischer. Fleischer? You know how bad I am with names, but you know, the guy who did Zombieland, which we all were like, yay! Venom, of course, sees the story of Eddie Brock, who does become Venom, but it's not the Venom origin story that, you know, people are familiar with Spider-Man and everything. But, you know, basically Eddie Brock is, down on his luck reporter guy who tries to expose Riz's character, who is doing, testing of these symbiotes. I don't know, I'm probably saying it wrong. Tomato. And ends up getting one inside him, and then, of course, becomes Venom and becomes this anti-hero, and that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about with the plot of Venom. So what did I think of Venom? Damn it. Alright, guys. Let's talk about what really works in this movie. First off, this is one of my most anticipated movies of the year. If you watch my anticipated movie, I don't even remember what number it was, but after the first trailer, I was hyped. Second trailer, it got me even more hyped when we saw the full-on Venom, the costume and everything. And then, as more things came about, I started to worry. But in Tom I trust. What I wish this movie focused on more was the dynamic between Eddie and Venom. Yeah, that's what really worked in the movie. Why? Tom Hardy. Hardy has this ability to change his voice and his mannerisms to go with the character. I mean, just whatever role he does, I'm a weirdo because I pay attention to. I'm fascinated by the way people walk. I will look at how they walk because that's part of your character. And what Hardy will do with his characters, he will change his walk. And I just love that about him. Hardy plays a really good self-absorbed douche that is Eddie Brock. And when, the element of the alien inside him and he's like, what do? I don't know, he loses his shit. And I really enjoyed that. I mean, I know this is an origin and, so I'm hoping I really hope that this movie is successful and it spawns a sequel. So we can get more of that dynamic, because I know they had to establish the origin and do all that stuff. I just want more. The action scenes are pretty great. They're high octane at sometimes, as people have said, and just a lot of those action scenes. Even when he's trying to deal with it and he's taking out bad guys, not full Venom, and then there's one sequence where I'm not even gonna go into depth, but motorcycle chase. There's a lot of good things that are going on with that, but. Do you guys remember when we saw set videos of Hardy, doing walking around and doing the Venom dance? I did a little short video about it. We didn't really get to see much of that in the movie, and Hardy also expressed that those were some of his favorite scenes that were cut. Makes me wonder if Sony got a little nervous when another movie came out earlier this year that had a similar concept with an actor that looked strangely like Tom Hardy. Now for the bad! First 20 minutes of this movie were boring as shit. To me, I was bored. Man, they were trying to establish the origin of the villain and, the symbiotes, whatever. And, of course, they were making you feel sorry for Eddie Brock. They kind of just, even though it was 20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe, and, it seems like a reasonable amount of time, but it just felt like they just fucking rushed it. Bam this, bam that, bam that, bam that. It's just what the hell? And Riz as the villain was lame. I'm sorry, but I like him as an actor, always have. But I thought him, like, as being like this guy that's running this company and who wants to, like, hey, we got to evolutionize. I mean, is that Michelle Williams? Talk about a waste of talent. She was only there when she needed to be there to provide for the plot, like some ex machina kind of shit. I didn't even feel like her and Hardy had like any chemistry really. They didn't really have the best chemistry, which I don't really blame them. I blame it on the terrible writing. And you can also tell too, like some of these scenes were chopped. Chopped up, made shortened. I mean, the blessing and the curse of like editing videos and doing this for years and years is you could tell when a scene is badly edited, and I could tell there were some scenes in here that were just like felt uneven, and I'm like, what was the point of that? That whole scene was like 30 seconds, and this movie could have benefited greatly with a hard R rating. Okay, and I know people are like fighting against that and blah blah blah, and I realize that Venom was never really a super hard R character. But since you're not doing the Spider-Man origin of Venom, go full fucking ape shit. I keep seeing people saying that it doesn't take itself seriously. It's high octane fun. It's hilarious. First off, you people that are worried about this character going to the MCU, Sony went borderline MCU. They played it safe. If they had Venom full-on obliterating bad guys, biting the heads off, not cutting away, and seeing the gore and everything like that, explicit banter between Eddie and Venom would have escalated the movie, at least in my eyes, okay? When everybody was talking about, the thrill ride, high octane, just doesn't let up, and it's just, I think of the Crank movies, and I'm just going, oh man, they missed an opportunity here because, hey, you could have had a unique CBM right here that was R-rated and just like in your fucking face like those Crank movies, and it just would have been something unique, and they would have said, fuck you, Marvel Studios! But they didn't. And that's where my problem lies. I was hoping for that. Now, am I fully shitting on this movie? No. I enjoyed this movie. This movie is enjoyable because, like I said, Tom Hardy and Venom, and I'm mainly seeing tweets about that. It seems like when people are like talking up this movie, they're talking mainly about that because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of the other things just don't really work. With this movie, the plot's kind of just whatever, and the writing's pretty terrible. But when it comes to that part, I just wanted more of that, like him coping like a day-to-day, not a day-to-day, but, and I get it, like I said, origin story, they have to establish all that, and I hope with the sequel, that's why I want this movie to be successful, and I want you guys to go see it, so then we get a sequel, and we can have more of that back and forth, like Eddie really dealing with what's inside him in the back and forth. I mean, there's a lot of good things that are happening with that, and like I said, action was there, but it's just overall, I was just disappointed. So I'm not, and I hate that I'm saying it, I'm not putting it on my favorite wall of 2018 because Sony. I will say this, though, that Into the Spider-Verse, there's some things you might see with that. That's looking good. Looking forward to that. Anyways, guys, there's my Venom review. I'll be doing a Venom discussion with my friend Seek, who's like a big Venom fan, on a podcast. It was originally supposed to be tonight. Friday, but I just didn't prioritize well, so it's going to be Sunday night. It's been pushed to Sunday night, so look forward to that. Let me know your thoughts about it down below, and everything, and yeah, hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel, visit filmjunkie.com for all my stuff, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and I have a new Instagram and Patreon if you want to help the pirate ship. Alright, guys? I'll talk to you later.
You didn't do what I asked you.
Yeah, fuck you.